Welcome back to the channel, my spooky friends. Tonight, we delve into the eerie world of abandoned highways. Every deserted stretch of asphalt holds its own share of mysteries. Tonight, we explore the stories of those unfortunate enough to encounter phantom cars on these desolate roads. Imagine, if you will, driving down a dark highway, the only sound the hum of your engine. You check your rearview mirror and see headlights. Relief washes over you, another soul braving the night. But as they draw closer, something feels off. The car seems to drift as if no one is behind the wheel. Tonight we hear from those who have encountered these phantom cars. Their stories will leave you questioning what lurks in the shadows of our abandoned highways. Turn down the lights, grab your blankets, and prepare to be terrified. Picture this. A lone traveler, we'll call him David, is making his way across a desolate stretch of highway. Moonlight glints off the empty asphalt ahead. David's been driving for hours, the silence broken only by the low hum of his engine and the occasional crackle of his radio. He's eager to get home, to the comfort of familiar surroundings. He pushes on, the miles ticking away slowly. As he rounds a bend, his headlights illuminate a sign warning of the next exit, 20 miles. He sighs, settling in for another long stretch of solitude. That's when he sees it. A pair of headlights emerge from the darkness behind him, growing larger in his rearview mirror. At first, David feels a pang of relief. Someone else out here in the vast emptiness. But as the car closes the distance, a strange feeling washes over him. The car maintains a steady pace behind him, never attempting to pass. Miles turn into minutes, the car mimicking David's every move. He speeds up, the car follows. He slows down, the car matches his speed. David's heart begins to pound in his chest. He tries to shake off the growing unease, but the persistent presence of the car behind him is unsettling. He decides to test his follower. David takes a sudden exit, pulling off the highway into the darkness. The rumble of his engine echoes through the stillness as he navigates the deserted off-ramp. He pulls to a stop under a flickering streetlight, his heart pounding in his ears. He waits, holding his breath, peering back at the highway. For a moment, there's nothing. Silence. Then, like a phantom emerging from a nightmare, the car appears at the top of the off-ramp. It rolls down towards him, headlights like the eyes of a predator. David's blood runs cold. He throws his car into reverse and speeds away, tires screaming against the asphalt. He doesn't look back. The image of the ghostly car seared into his mind. He drives until the sun begins to paint the horizon, the memory of the night clinging to him like a shroud. He can't shake the feeling of being watched, pursued by something unseen. He arrives home, exhausted, shaken to his core. He vows never to travel that highway at night again. David's encounter serves as a chilling reminder that even in the vast stretches of our world, we are never truly alone. Something lurks in the shadows of our highways, something that defies explanation, something that makes us question the very nature of what we see and the boundaries of our reality. Our next story takes us to the heartland of America, where a group of friends, out for a night of carefree fun, find themselves facing a terror they never imagined. It's a warm summer night, and friends, let's call them Sarah, Emily, Ben, and Chris, are cruising down a back road. Music spills from the open windows of their car, laughter echoing through the night. They're young, invincible, and completely oblivious to the danger lurking just around the bend. As they drive, the carefree mood inside the car begins to shift. The paved road gives way to gravel, the houses that once lined the road replaced by dense, imposing trees. Emily, her eyes glued to her phone, is the first to notice they're low on gas. Ben, ever the optimist, assures her they'll find a gas station soon enough. But as the miles tick by and the fuel gauge dips lower, doubt begins to creep into their laughter. Just when their anxiety reaches a fever pitch, they spot it. A lone gas station bathed in the eerie glow of flickering fluorescent lights. Relief washes over them as Ben pulls up to the pumps. The station is deserted, the silence broken only by the whirring of the gas pump. As they stand there bathed in the unnatural light, a prickling sensation crawls up their spines. Something doesn't feel right. They finish filling the tank, eager to leave the unsettling stillness of the gas station behind. As they pull back onto the road, headlights appear in their rearview mirror. At first it seems like a normal car, but as it draws closer, something feels off. The car is driving erratically, swerving back and forth as if the driver is fighting for control. Ben, unnerved by the car's erratic behavior, speeds up, hoping to put some distance between them. But the car behind them matches their speed, its presence becoming an ominous shadow. Terror grips the friends as they realize the car behind them is gaining on them, its engine roaring like a beast. The driver slams on the brakes, the car skidding to a halt just feet from their bumper. They brace for impact, but it never comes. The car idles there, engine rumbling menacingly. Then, slowly like a predator stalking its prey, the car begins to roll forward again. Ben slams his foot on the accelerator, the car lurching forward, tires spitting gravel. They careen down the road, the other car in hot pursuit. The chase seems to stretch on forever, the darkness outside their windows a terrifying void. Just when their hope begins to dwindle, they see it, the familiar lights of the main road. With a burst of adrenaline, Ben steers their car onto the highway, leaving the deserted road and their pursuer behind. They don't stop driving until they reach the familiar lights of their town, safe at last. Shaken and breathless, they recount their terrifying experience, the memory of the driverless car seared into their minds. They never discover who or what was behind the wheel of that car, but the experience leaves an indelible mark on them all. They carry the chilling memory of that night, a constant reminder that some roads are best left untraveled, especially after the sun goes down. Our final tale tonight revolves around a young couple, let's call them Jake and Amy, on a road trip to visit family. They're driving late, hoping to make up time. The highway stretches before them, a ribbon of asphalt cutting through the desolate landscape. The only sound is the low hum of the engine and the murmur of the radio. Jake is behind the wheel, Amy dozing beside him. He glances over at her, her head resting against the window, the dim light of the dashboard illuminating her face. He smiles, feeling a surge of love for her. He turns his attention back to the road, his mind wandering as the miles tick by. Suddenly, in the distance, he sees something strange. A car, parked in the middle of the road, its headlights off. He slows down, confused. Who would stop their car in the middle of nowhere, in the dead of night? He cautiously approaches the vehicle, his grip tightening on the steering wheel. As they get closer, the hairs on the back of his neck stand on end. The car is old, its paint faded and chipped, and an unsettling stillness surrounds it. He can see no driver, no movement within the vehicle. He slows the car to a crawl, peering through the darkness, trying to make sense of the situation. He considers stopping, offering help, but something about the scene before him screams danger. He decides to trust his gut, to keep driving. He steers their car around the abandoned vehicle, his heart pounding in his chest. He glances at Amy, but she remains asleep, oblivious to the unsettling encounter. Jake breathes a sigh of relief, putting his foot down on the accelerator, eager to leave the phantom car behind. He checks his rearview mirror, expecting to see the car, but it's gone, vanished. He tells himself it must have been a trick of the light, a figment of his imagination. He pushes the unsettling experience to the back of his mind, focusing on the road ahead. But a few miles down the road, it happens again. The same car, appearing as if out of thin air, parked in the middle of their lane. This time, Jake can't shake the feeling that something is deeply wrong. He slows the car to a stop, his eyes glued to the vehicle ahead. He wakes Amy, his voice tight with fear as he tells her about the car. Amy, at first disbelieving, can only stare in shock as the car in front of them, the car that shouldn't be there, suddenly illuminates. Headlights pierce the darkness, blinding them. They shield their eyes, momentarily blinded by the sudden light. When they look back, the car is gone, vanished without a trace. They're left in stunned silence, the only sound the frantic beating of their hearts. Jake, shaken to his core, turns the car around, abandoning their trip and heading home. They drive in silence, the memory of the vanishing car casting a dark shadow over their journey. They arrive home, exhausted and terrified, the encounter leaving an indelible mark on their minds. They struggle to explain what they saw, to reconcile the impossible with their reality. Their experience serves as a chilling reminder that some mysteries are best left unsolved. Some encounters a terrifying glimpse into a realm beyond our understanding. The road holds many secrets, and some, it seems, are not meant for us to know. Thank you for joining us tonight, brave viewers, as we explored the chilling world of phantom cars on abandoned highways. If these stories sent shivers down your spine, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more terrifying tales. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. We're always eager to hear your thoughts and experiences, so feel free to share your own encounters with the unknown in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe, avoid abandoned highways at night, and remember, sometimes the scariest things are the ones we can't explain.